Welcome to segment 2 of this NFL special. And during my first segment here, I received a text from one of my friends, Tyler Jacobs, who said that his fantasy team is going to kill my team. I disagree with that. My team will win the championship. Thank you.
I go that far. Calm down now.
He's got Peyton Manning, so he thinks, he's special.
I ain't Peyton Manning. I got the team. That's what I got.
But so do I.
Remember, I got 2 of the last 3 years.
Yeah, I remember I went to the championship and your team obliterated my team, like Seattle killed Denver in the Super Bowl.
That's what I do.
But anyway, yesterday Tyler Jacobs had seen ESPN analyst Britt McHenry at State, so I gotta say I'm jealous. And hi, Britt. Wish we could meet. Anyway, back to our NFL segment here. Our first game this time, Philadelphia, the Eagles against the improved, surprisingly, Jacksonville Jaguars, who Britt McHenry covered during the draft.
The Jaguars this year, I'm not going to lie, I do really like them this year. They look like they're stepping up a little bit this year. Their offense looks like they looked a lot better in the preseason. Again, I'll say preseason because you never know what you find in preseason. Lions, for example, a couple of years ago when they went 4-0 and 1-16. Good year. Good memories. Anyways. Chad Henne, he looked great in the offseason. I love the way he was playing. And not Blaine Gabbert, but can't remember his name now.
Bortles.
Yep, Bortles. That's what I'm thinking of. Yep.
Gabbert went to San Francisco
Gabbert,
and all the slew of free agency.
Yep, that's what I was trying to think of. But I knew we played for Jacksonville at one point. But Broyles, he looked pretty good in the preseason as well. I do agree that Chad Henne starting. I mean, give him Broyles a little break. Just let him learn the offense maybe a little more, which is a lot of teams are doing this year. And the running back position, I think, is going to be pretty good for the Jacksonville Jaguars as well. Adding Toby Gerhart to the offense as a running back. He's a big, powerful guy. He can get you yards when he needs to. And offense, Blackman at wide receiver is going to be a huge help for that team as well.
He's gone for the year.
Is he gone for the year? Oh, that's going to hurt a little bit. Never mind. Sorry. Let's forget about that one. But I still believe this team is going to be a pretty decent team for this year as well. They're going to be a lot more improved than they were last year, at least. But then you have the Eagles team who played outstanding last year of Nick Foles.
2 words, Nick Foles.
Nick Foles, who played godlike last year. I believe he would have started the season last year.
There were 2 quarterbacks who threw for 7 touchdowns in one game. One of them was Peyton Manning, and who was the other?
Nick Foles.
Yes, sir.
I believe if he would have started the season, he may have kept Peyton Manning for a little while this last year in the stat compartment. But I do have a lot of faith in Nick Foles this year. McCoy, a huge running back this year, one of the top running backs in the league this year. I expect some big stuff out of him this year. A little different receiving core this year as they've lost Deshaun Jackson, of course, to the Redskins. But they still have Jeremy Maclin and Riley Cooper, who are 2 good receivers as well. In this game, though, I'm going to have to go with the Philadelphia Eagles. And even though this is at home for the Eagles, I'm going to call this a close game a little bit. I do believe Jacksonville is going to keep this one close. They have a pretty good defense. I believe the offense is going to hurt the Eagles' defense a little bit, but I still have the Eagles winning this one 27-21.
I have the Eagles winning also, 28-17. I think Gus Bradley is the right fit in Jacksonville, and I think their defense and everything will improve. But like I said in the mirror this morning, 2 years, give them 2 years. Give them 2 years and they'll be good. Believe me.
I'm saying about my Astros right now, too.
They fired Bo Porter, and I don't know why. They must have something up their sleeves, but that's for the baseball show. Jets against Oakland. Whoa.
I don't know what that. So the Raiders starting out this year, they're going to have a new quarterback, and the only rookie quarterback to start this season, Derek Carr.
Going to the car wash.
From what I watched last week as the Raiders play, I think they played I don't want to say the Chargers they played last preseason.
Something like that.
But he looked really good as he had...
Seattle.
Seattle. He looked really good against Seattle, yeah. He did an amazing job against Seattle. As Schaub, I believe, was out with an injury at the beginning of that game. He was a starting quarterback at the beginning of that game. But Derek Carr...
He's still going through excessive pick-6 syndrome.
Yeah, he's pretty much washed up now. I don't know what happened to him after 1 year of being good. But I believe Derek Carr is going to be a great addition to this team to start off this season. Great running backs. They have a dual threat in the backfield now with Maurice Jones-Drew and McFadden now. Defense made some improvements again this year. I do believe the Raiders are another team that are on the rise to becoming a successful team in the future right now. As we go to the Jets, who right now I believe are still a question mark in my mind this season. Still got something to figure out as Geno Smith, their starting quarterback to begin this season, but Michael Vick right there behind him to take the spot if needed. Still a lot of question marks on this team at the running back position, as well as Chris Johnson, a new addition to the team this year, as well as he'll be taking over the running back role. Also at wide receiver, that was Walker, but
Eric
Decker taking over for that. As well as, is he still hurt or did he come back now?
I think he's back
now, yeah. I think they cleared him and played week 1. And this one, I am going to go with the Raiders in New York still. I believe the Raiders are just a better team than New York overall. Offense and defensive wise, I think they're better than the Jets. I believe they're going to beat the Jets 27-13.
I feel sorry for the Raiders because this year is going to be hell for them. I think they look and perform better than last year. But their schedule is 10 times tougher than it was last year.
I agree with that, yes.
And I picked the Jets to win this one 28-10.
Ooh.
It's not going to be fun if you're a Raiders fan. I'm sorry, but it's not going to be fun.
Though? I don't know about the Jets.
The Jets look improved.
I don't know. We'll see, I guess. We'll see something.
I might be a little high on the New York Jets, like I was a few years ago when they were going to the AFC Championship, but you never know. I'm picking them 28-10 in this one. Baltimore against Cincinnati.
This game is a battle between two very good defenses, I believe, as the Bengals, who have one of the top 5 defenses in the league this year, against a Raven team who, even though they struggled a bit last year, their defense still looked good against most teams. As Bengals coming back with Andy Dalton again, who Bengals still looking for their first playoff win in God knows how long. I think 1990 was their last playoff win, after again losing for their 3rd straight year in a row. AJ Greene, another big threat as the wide receiver this year.
Not related to me.
But he's going to be a huge win for the team. As we go to the Ravens now, Joe Flacco once again coming under the helm to try to lead this team back to another Super Bowl and hopefully back to the playoffs this year to start off small.
Bert, you're back again, Bert?
But I think big thing hurting for this team is Ray Rice being out for the first 2 games of the season after possibly beating his wife. I don't know if they have proven it yet or not.
You better make sure not to beat your wife, Bert. Oh, Ernie, you know I don't do that.
But Joe Flacco, a little bit of not big star receivers for him right now, as he doesn't have the big guys like Anton Bolden. But his receiving core is all right this season. Like I said, not a big star receiving core. But I do believe this game is going to be a very close game, even though it is in Baltimore. I do have the Bengals win this one. I believe the Bengals are still the best team in the AFC North. They are a very strong team to mess with, offense and defensive wise. And I believe this one is going to go to the Bengals 24-21.
We're very close. I got 24-20 to Cincinnati. I think I may have picked the Ravens to win it in my NFL preview thing. But I think I changed my mind and picked Cincinnati. I'm not exactly sure of all of the 256 games I picked in that. You know I'm going to get a few wrong here and there. But I'm going to pick Cincinnati to win 24-20. And I'm still undecided on whether or not Andy Dalton or Ben will be my Week 1 fantasy starter. Our last game of this segment, Chicago against Buffalo.
Well, Buffalo, a team who's trying to improve as most the other 3 teams in the league have been improving lately. As the Bills, who have E.J. Manuel as a starting quarterback, I still really feel like he's got some room to improve. C.J. Spiller as well has some room to try to get better. They did have a big receiver this year in Sammy Watkins, who I believe could be a big threat for the Buffalo Bills this year if they can get the ball in the air and get it to him. Then we go to the Bears side, who have a very, very, very aggressive offense with Jay Cutler under the helm. If he can play good, like he has usually has an on and off season usually at times.
Yeah, that's a big if.
Yeah, it's a big if, so that's something to watch this season. But he has some big wide receivers under his helm with Jeffrey and Brandon Marshall, who are, I believe, are probably 2 of the top 5 receivers in the NFL right now. And also at running back, Matt Forte, who can have a great season as well, I believe, for this team, as I believe the Bears will be one of the teams fighting for the NFC North position close to the Packers, also with the Lions as well, if the Lions offense can stick where they are. But in this one, I got to give the Bears a win. I just believe they have a lot more power than this Buffalo Bill team, and the Bears are going to win this one 27-14.
31-17 to Chicago. Buffalo has improved, but so has the rest of the AFC East. That's basically enough said. Segment 3 coming up next.